Hey, Justin Chamness here, Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about helping you get to that first deal paycheck. That's that shut up money I talk about all the time. The shut up money where you can tell those debt collectors, you can tell all those people, when the phone rings and you're afraid to pick it up because you're like, I don't know who this might be. Been there, done that. Guys, there's a way out of it. It's called picking up a high income skill, right? Learning how to take how to get leads, how to call these leads and make property deals out of them. So that's what we're all about here. We want to help you get that shut up money. Today, I got a question that came in from a viewer and I want to share it with you right now. We're going to talk about this and answer this question. He says, some cat just told me he can't do a JV agreement with me, but I can add my fee to his price. Would you still pursue the deal with this wholesaler? Some cat just told me he can't do a JV agreement with me, but I can add my fee to his price. Would you still pursue the deal with this wholesaler? We're going to answer this question as soon as we get back.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Speak the words and I will make you richer. The most powerful CEO in the United States of America.
All right, we're going to answer the question now. Evidently, he's talking about JV co-wholesaling. Now, typically, this is an ugly house deal, but it could be a pretty house deal or any type strategy that you're using. But when you go to joint venture with another wholesaler that has a property deal under contract, and he says to you, when you call him and say, hey, would you be interested in a joint venture with me if I can bring a cash buyer? I can bring a buyer to the table that'll close and get us all paid. Would you be willing to share the assignment fee with me, 50-50 or profit share with me? And when the wholesaler comes back and says, well, bring me your buyer and add anything onto the price and you can have that. Okay, is that a good deal or not? Should I pursue that deal or should I not pursue that deal? And in my opinion, that is not a very good deal. Okay, not a very good deal. And why do I say that's not a very good deal? Well, because when we're talking about joint venture co-wholesaling, we're talking about partnering up with that person to do the deal, okay? And you're going to bring a buyer. Now, I do sometimes, if I've got a buyer that I have in mind that wants to do the deal, okay, then that might work. If there's enough room for me to add on some money there, I might make a couple, $2,000 or $3,000 or something, but this is not really where the bread and butter is at. In the outsourced CoWholesale 2.0 course, which you're seeing here, if you slide down, you can see there's all kinds of trainings here. And you slide down further, there's a module on building your acquisitions team. How do you get these JV property deals? Okay, well, there's a video training on turning these wholesalers into JV partners. And if you click the button under that video, it'll pull up a Google Drive folder that looks like this, okay? Inside there, you can see there's an agreement that I have. There's also JV partner scripts if you want virtual assistants to call. Okay, we teach you how to go about finding these wholesalers, and then if you want a JV, you want a virtual assistant to call these JV partners. Well, all that information's here, the scripts and everything. But here's the ultimate success: is when your virtual assistant calls, gets a JV partner out of the call, and sends this marketing fee agreement over to them. Okay, now I know a lot of people have other agreements and this and that. We have other agreements too. This is just one that we use because of the simplicity of it, okay? And you can see it says here, basic information, who's in the agreement. But you can see where I highlighted here, it says the assignor, that would be your wholesaler partner, agrees to pay you for marketing services when you produces an assignee for the above named property transaction. Okay, assignor or your JV partner agrees to sign your invoice to the title company when the assignor and assignee fully execute the assignment agreement. Okay, all agreements and your invoice will be placed in escrow to be settled in full at closing. Okay, so what it's talking about is when you get a buyer and you bring the buyer to the table, when that buyer fills out the assignment agreement between your wholesaler partner and themselves, okay, to assign that deal to them, including the profits, right? That agreement it gets signed along with your invoice, okay? And that invoice and that assignment agreement with the original purchase and sale agreement go to the title company so that they can be closed, all right, or the closing attorney. So those blanks there cover kind of the process of how you fit into the deal, okay? Now, this last bullet point, assignor agrees that upon successful production of an assignee, in other words, when you bring a buyer and closing of escrow, they agree to pay you a fee of how much percent of the assignment fee or a flat rate fee, okay? You notice that there's nothing written here that says beyond what the assignment fee is, I've added X amount of dollars. Now, I guess you could edit this document to read that, but that wholesaler is not really interested in doing business. It doesn't sound like. It sounds like he's interested in you bringing a buyer with no agreement whatsoever to joint venture with him, and maybe he can just steal it from you. Okay, I wouldn't recommend jumping in on that. Call these wholesalers up, use the script, talk to them about the deal and the buyer that you can bring to the table, and then send out that agreement, get their permission to do the deal with you, and then you know you have a good deal. You have signatures, you have a promise of a percent or a flat rate fee or something, okay? You're not just shooting in the dark here, all right? Real estate is Wild West enough without adding crazy stuff like that to the mix. All right. You want to do things with people who are willing to commit to agreements with you. If they're not willing to commit to an agreement with you, then how committed really are they? Okay. Nobody gets rich in this business alone. Remember, I always say that you never have and never will do a transaction in real estate without other people being involved. So make sure your joint venture co-wholesale partner is really somebody that you want to do business with, and that they're committed to the deal. Okay, that's my best advice. Good luck out there co-wholesaling. If you want to be a part of the VIP group, you can join us by visiting realestatewholesalersclub.com. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye. Shut up money.
What?
I got my shut up money.
I heard you the first time. I just wanted to hear it again.